Hello everyone, Dr. Maja here. We are continuing with 2 Timothy 1 verse 7, which basically says, "For God did not give us the spirit of timidity, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind." And when we began this conversation, we asked a fundamental question to say, if God did not give us a spirit of timidity, then who did? Today we are going to try to answer that as we explore the sources of unhealthy fear. There are many sources, but we are going to zero in on three. Two today and the third one tomorrow. So the first source of unhealthy fear is the subconscious. You will notice a note that the subconscious forms the greater part of who you are. You are basically what your subconscious is. What you feed in your subconscious mind becomes who you are. That's the reason why Proverbs makes it clear that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So what you continually feed your subconscious, it replicates, it continues to do that. So if you feed it with fearful thoughts, it can replicate those particular fearful thoughts. I always like to give this illustration to say the subconscious works almost pretty similar to driving a car. Remember those days when you were learning how to drive a car, you would concentrate quite a lot on changing the gears, you would concentrate on a lot on minding the clutch, you would concentrate a lot on controlling the steering, and there would be a bit of confusion on whether your eyes should be on the steering, on the gear lever, or to where you are going. And after driving for an hour or two, you'll be exhausted. You feel as if you have really driven that particular car, and the car itself would complain and it would tell that it has really been driven. But as you continue to drive, you then begin to realize that driving became a subconscious thing. It became a natural thing that you could do. You notice that you then kept on, you begin to drive unconsciously or subconsciously rather. You could now drive and text on the phone, you could drive and eat, you could drive and do other things. You wouldn't mind anymore about how to change the gears because it was a natural thing that you would do. So the subconscious works in a similar manner. If you continue to feed it with negative thoughts, if you continue to feed it with fearful thoughts and negative thoughts become the norm. It begins to produce that, it begins to work on that, it becomes more of a second nature to you. You begin to pick fear even in exciting moments. You begin to pick fear even in good events like graduation and wedding, and you begin to wonder, what if it doesn't go right? What if it goes wrong? What if bad things begin to happen? The subconscious then becomes a habinga, it becomes a source and storer of fear. That's the reason why it needs to be reprogrammed, and I will tell you later on in these conversations how you can reprogram your subconscious mind. The second source of fear is demons. You'll notice in 2 Timothy 1 verse 7, fear is referred to as a spirit. It is referred to as a spirit or a spiritual force, which means its source is spiritual. James chapter 2 verse 19 says, "You believe that there is one God? Good. Even demons are fearful and they shudder." So you see from this particular portion of scripture that demons are fearful and their mere presence brings fear. 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 8, it says, be self-controlled and alert. Your enemy the devil prowls like a roaring lion, looking for who to devour. Now those that have studied lions realize that lions roar when they are afraid or when they feel threatened by intruders. So the devil is afraid, and he also uses fear to produce unhealthy fear in people. James chapter 4 verse 17 says, if you resist the devil, he will flee from you. Hebrews 2 verse 15 says, Christ came to deliver and completely set free all those who through the haunting fear of death were held in bondage throughout the whole course of their lives. And Romans chapter 8 verse 15 makes it clear that fear creates a spirit of slavery. It enslaves and it ensnares you. It is clear therefore from these particular scriptures that unhealthy fear is a spiritual problem that is caused by the presence of a demon in a particular situation. That's why you need to fend it off. That's why you need to resist the enemy whenever there are edges of unhealthy fear in your life. I think for today we call it a day. We meet tomorrow and explore the third source of unhealthy fear. God bless you.